Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to create a blog post in a WordPress blog. This site here, realriveradventures.com, is the website I'm going to use as the template for today. As you notice, they have their blogs on a separate page from the home page. But even if your blogs show up on your home page, how to add blogs to your WordPress site is going to be the same. So step 1, you need to go to your site name, whatever that is, .com/wp-admin, and then you're going to get to a login screen. So you're going to log in with your username and password so that you can get to what we call the WordPress dashboard. So on the dashboard, you'll notice there's a big menu here on the left-hand side, and depending on whether you're an admin or an author or an editor, you're going to have different options here. But to add a new blog post, you're going to want to go to Posts and then Add New. So you're going to get this Add New Post page. First thing you want to do is the title. That's going to be the text in bold for the title of the post. And then this box down here is where you enter all of your content. So we're just going to give this a sample just because it's a placeholder. And notice when you choose the title, then it tells you what your permalink is going to be. And if you want to edit that permalink, you just click that edit button. You can choose a different name and then you press OK. Alright, so you see you got bold, italicized, link, bquote, and all of this. WordPress by default goes in the HTML screen, and that's what text is. Text takes HTML, but you're going to want to switch to the visual tab. And the visual tab works more like Microsoft Office or any other document editor that you're used to. Now, because I have installed an extra plugin, there's an extra line here that most people won't have unless you have installed InstaBuilder. And I'll put a link below this video to InstaBuilder if you want to get that for WordPress, because it adds a lot of nice features. But for those of you who don't have it, you will still have both of these. Now, you're probably going to come in and just have this one line. If this little button here that looks like a square full of squares, it's called the kitchen sink. If you click on it, you'll open up the second line that has even more options. Right here, you have a button for paste from Word. So I highly recommend, if you have Word, pre-type it in Word, copy and paste it here, and then click that insert button, and it will keep all of your Word formatting, and that way you'll have nice pretty formatting, and it's real easy. And if for some reason this fails when you go to publish it, you don't lose all your work. You have a backup that you've pre-done on the document. So once you do your post, where it says paragraph, you can choose if you want to do heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, etc. Heading 1 is automatically used for your title, but you usually want whatever your keyword, you want a heading 2 and a heading 3 that matches that keyword if you can. That'll help your search engine optimization. But that's a whole nother topic. So just know that if you have a particular keyword you're trying to hit with your blog post, try and make sure you have an H1 and an H2, or an H2 and an H3. Sorry. So that's actually an H2, and we'll make this an H3, and then your regular text is just called paragraph. So that depending on your theme, these are going to look different. Under here for format, if you have blog options, which this particular site that I'm using as an example does, you can choose a different kind of format. Standard is just standard blog. If you're just putting an image, you can call it an image blog. If you're wanting to just do an audio, you can do an audio blog. If you're doing just a video blog. If you want to do just somebody's quote, you can do a quote blog. And if it's just a link to an awesome website, you can do a link. And most of the time, you're probably going to do a standard as a written blog, but you do have other options. And the other thing you're going to want to do is choose a category. So whatever categories are already set up, you can click on one of those, or you can add a new one. Now, for the people that own this particular site, most of their blogs go up under fishing reports because they have all their fishing reports go to their fishing reports page. So they've set up a special page for that particular category, and you can do that with WordPress, and I'll show that in a different video. But if you don't want it in, say, your fishing reports, you can add another category depending on the content. Like if it's an how-to article, maybe you want a category that's called how-to, or if it's about a specific kind of fishing, maybe you want to call it whatever the name of that fishing type is. Like cooking websites, your categories are usually dessert, or side dish, or main course, or it just, the categories are your like general overhead of what topic does this blog fall into. And then tags are kind of like your keywords. They're a little more specific than just the broad category. So say you were doing a recipe for peach cobbler, and the category it falls into is dessert, but in the tags you'd probably want to put dessert as well as peach, as well as cobbler, and maybe southern, some more specific of the intricacies of that particular recipe. So I'm not well versed in fishing, so I'm sorry, but even on the fishing reports, your tags might want to be maybe the location, maybe the kind of lure you were using, maybe the kind of fish you caught. It just depends on what you're reporting, and those can be the tags, something of interest that somebody might search for on the internet, that you can tag your post is about that particular very specific topic, instead of the category broad overview fishing report. I hope that makes sense. And if not, comment below and I will try to answer questions. So that's the main part of doing a blog. The other part is if you want to add a picture, you use this Add Media button. So you would click Add Media. If you already have it in your media library, you would just pick whichever one's here. WordPress keeps every picture you ever upload in the media library. If you need to upload it, you just click on Upload Files, and then the Select Files button. Choose it from your computer, and then it will upload it. Once you have chosen your image, it will put the check mark on it, and then it will show it over here. And if you choose the wrong one, you can just click on the minus and remove it. If you want to insert more than one, you just have to do the Add Media more than once. And so, alright, over here, if you want your picture to have a caption, you type the caption in here. The alt text, this is kind of for SEO. If you have a particular keyword you're trying to hit with your blog, like say smallmouth bass, you would type it in here, because that will help your search engine results. The description, if you want, you can give your picture description. I usually don't, but that's completely up to you. These other things, attach display settings, you have the alignment for the picture. So if you want it left adjusted, choose left. If you want it centered, choose center. If you want it right, choose right. If you pick any one of those, the text will wrap around the picture. If you want the picture to be standalone with no text wrap, you want your alignment to be none. And then the picture will be centered and no text will be in line with it. The link to, if you want the picture to sit there and not be a button link, choose none. If you want it to be a button link, you can choose either a custom URL, or you can have it link to the actual media file, so somebody can go to just where the picture is stored in your WordPress site, or as an attachment page, which is looks like your blog, except the page has just that picture on it. Most of the time for your blog, you're going to want to choose none, unless you're actually inserting a button link, and then you'll probably do a custom URL. And then you'll have, in this case, this picture is so tiny, it's only giving me the full size option, but here, let's go to bigger picture. If I had picked this one, then you'll see you'll have full size, large, medium, or thumbnail, so you can pick whichever size is appropriate for what you're wanting to do. And this site, they actually do boat tours, so you wouldn't be standing in the middle of the river, so that's not an appropriate picture. Let's just pick this one, and I'm going to do left, and I'm going to do medium because I like that size. I'm going to click insert into post, and it's going to pop up here, and now you'll see the text is butting up, and that doesn't necessarily look pretty. So to fix that, you click on the picture, and then you'll notice they had the two buttons. This is for edit, that's for delete. You want to click the edit, and then you can scale the picture down if you want to. You can change the alignment if you want to. You can change the alt text. You can change the title, the caption, whatever you want. You can give it a URL if you want. But to fix that text issue, we're going to want to go to Advanced Settings. On the Advanced Settings side, you notice right here it has horizontal space, vertical space, and border. If you choose border, it's going to give it spacing all the way around the complete square. In this case, it's butting up on just the horizontal, so I'm going to just type in 10 because the measurement's in pixels. And then you notice it updated the styles here with margin left 10 and margin right 10. Now, I don't technically need a margin on the left because my picture is left adjusted, so I'm going to delete that part. I only need the margin on the right hand side. And then in order to save that change, I'm going to do update. And now you'll notice there's a 10 pixel gap between the picture and the text. Alright, so I'm going to put this in uncategorized, and I'm just going to call this sample just to see. You type in a word and you click add, and then it comes down here. If you mess up, you click the little red X to remove it, and then it'll keep most common tags from a choosing list there. And if you wanted a new category, you could do new category, type it in. You can even do subcategories, so you can create a category that then has a parent of one of the other ones if you wanted. And I'm done with this sample, so I'm going to click this publish button here in a minute, but let me go over these couple things here. You'll see the status is draft. That means it's never been published. Visibility is public. If you did not want it public, you could password protect it or make it private. Private will not be seen by anybody but you if you're logged in. Password protected means you have to type in a password to see the page, and public means it's visible to anybody. So that's what those are. Publish immediately means it's going to get the exact date and time that it is right this minute when you publish it, or you can go backwards or forwards. So if you want to pre-publish, like if I wanted this to not actually show up until tomorrow, I could move that up a day and choose the 7th, and it won't actually show live until tomorrow. If I wanted to backtrack it, I could say I actually wanted this to be on the 5th and choose yesterday's date. So this is the publishing date it's going to stick on your post, whatever this is. And then you can always edit that. If for some reason you don't want to keep it, you can always move this to trash and just completely scrap it. So we're going to publish just to show you what that process looks like, and then you'll get this post published, view post. That's so you know it actually did. If you click this link, I usually right click and do new tab so I don't lose my page. If you do click this, it does put it here right on top of it. So, and this is what the sample post looks like. Now in this case I'm logged in as admin, and I don't have a about the admin profile, so there's no text here. And you'll notice there's the tag that I gave it. It's giving me a link to the previous blog post. It shows me that I put it in uncategorized, and it was created by the admin. So if you go to the blog page, it's right there on the top because it's the newest one. And then just to show you, on this particular site, this one has about the author. So each author has an about the author section. And that's a nice part about this particular theme, which is Canvas by Woo Themes, and I'll put a link below this video about that too, if anybody wants to check that out. It starts as a real blank canvas, but you have a lot of customizable options. So that's how you create a WordPress post for a new blog. I will make a couple other videos for how to do stuff in WordPress for the basics here, and I don't want this one to run on too long. So any questions, post them below, and I'll see you in another video.